Hi friend, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and in this video we're going to talk about syncing visuals such as video content, animations, and the like with your lighting. How do you do it for a DJ set? That's what we're going to answer here. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and also like this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you want to learn how to sync visuals with your lighting today. When we're working with DJ lighting, oftentimes, especially in a modern world, we want to be able to sync some sort of visuals, some sort of video element with our lighting. Okay? Why? Because it looks cool. A lot of venues we're in might have a projection screen or an LED wall. And even if the venues that you're in don't have those, guess what? It's cheaper than ever to get an inexpensive projector for smaller gigs, be able to use it on a wall or on a screen. You're good to go. But where it really gets down to brass tacks is when you say to yourself, okay, I want to be able to run this automated with my lighting in my show, right? Because ultimately, what we're talking about here this month in DJ Month on Learn Stage Lighting is that you're a DJ, maybe a mobile DJ or a small EDM artist. You want to be able to trigger all of your visuals, all of your lighting, either yourself with a console that's near you with some simple scenes, or automatically using some sort of other control, like we've talked about in my previous video. We'll link to it here. And so the question remains then, okay, how do I, without adding more steps, more things to press, more things to do, how can I program in and how can I sync my visuals with my lighting? All right, so the very first thing to do, and the way that we're going to look at this from a DJ level perspective, is to trigger anything we're doing visually from our lighting console. That's why I sent you to the lighting console video first. And so here's the basic gist of how it's going to happen. We're going to take a program that plays video content or makes animations, and we're going to hook that up to our lighting console. How does this work? Well, for most of these programs, your best bet is going to be sending a networked DMX signal, either ArtNet or SACN, and you can learn about that more in a video here. And we're going to send that information across the network, which could be as simple as within the computer using a loopback or having a network cable between two computers. Then that signal comes into our video program, and we're then able to control our videos, our effects, apply filters, whatever else we want to do. But the core of this is that we're doing the clicks and the presses of what we want to control from our lighting console. And so this is the biggest thing. So what tools can we use to make this happen? Well, with all of the lighting consoles that I've covered, most of them at least, you're able to output via ArtNet or SACN. And this is the real kicker. Because if you can't output via networked DMX, then you're going to need to get yourself a small DMX node. You can check more out on my ArtNet or SACN nodes page. And you're going to have to bring that DMX back into the network to get into a computer or use a USB to DMX interface. At this point, you're coming out of a computer, converting to DMX, and then coming back in from DMX, and that's just not efficient. So what we want to do is, for a lot of programs, you're able to set up that output, that ArtNet or SACN output. Then we're simply going to patch into our lighting console our fixture, which is just going to be the control channels given to us by our media program. Now, there's a lot of them out here. For example, if we're talking about visuals on a screen, we could use Entek's Elm software, which allows you to not only generate images, but play back video content as well. Elm allows us to simply go in, and in the setup, we're able to set up a DMX control, at which point we can customize it. The larger channel mode, which still is only like 15 channels, allows you to have two scenes set up and A/B crossfade between them like a video switcher. Okay, this is going to be my go-to. We can also use something like Onyx with what at this time is their new Dylos Pixel Composer, which while it can't play out to video screens right now like Elm can, it will be able to have that functionality later, and it can play visuals on lights or pixel type things, anything that's controlled with DMX or ArtNet or SACM. Okay, so for this example, right now in this time, it's easier to go with Elm. So we've got that set up, we patch it in our lighting console, whatever that would be, and then get a profile if you don't have it for your DJ console. And then we're really able to start customizing things. And so what we want to do is begin building some building blocks in our lighting program. Now, in DMXIS, we might build some presets with some channel masking. In Lightkey, we might go ahead and build some of those presets that go on the side, and then we drag those to make cues. In a program like Onyx, we'll use the presets which are used for everything to build cues. And in programs like SoundSwitch, we also can build some saved clips that we're able to then drag into the timeline. Perfect. Now, once we've got that all set, you can begin programming. And the cool thing about an approach like this is that it actually takes your visual content and it takes basically what you've pre-programmed, and now it's just like you're working with lights. It's really no different. So that's where I'm going to leave this tutorial right now. This isn't going to be like super in-depth because there's a bunch of different ways that we can slice this cake depending on the exact software we're using, but a lot of it we cover inside of Learn Stage Lighting Labs, and we do have tutorials in there about how to connect visuals with lighting and then be able to program that in your show. So if you're interested in that, go check out the labs. If not, hey, that's no worry. Be sure to subscribe here, and we will see you on our next video here on YouTube. Thanks.